How was the week, Jeff? You guys ready for the trip?
Yeah, I think we had a good week of practice. We understand what we're up against. We got to continue to improve and work hard and correct any mistakes that we're making to give ourselves a chance. But our guys do know that the Big Ten season's competitive. Every week's a new opportunity, and going on the road against a really hot team, this is a great opportunity.
How was Mitchell's? You talked about him a couple times this week as far as getting him in more maybe live action situations. How did he handle?
Well, Mitchell's done a good job in practice, so I think that we've worked on a couple things. He's kicked the ball well. Now we just got to go continue that during the game.
Are you glad not to go up there in November?
Well, it'll be different not to play in the freezing elements. So that's a good thing. I think we'll all be comfortable.
Where you at as far as the status of your injured guys as of today?
Well, I think Aiden and Reese Taylor will be some game time decision. We'll just see where they're at then, and then the others will be out.
Like King.
Out.
Jalen's going to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Brock's going to be out.
Yep.
What about Elijah Canyon and
Out.
Rahman Yassine?
Out.
Still out. Okay. Oh, hey, what about Cam Craig?
Out. Brock and Cam could be out for an extended period of time. We'll see where that goes.
You still like your depth on the offensive line?
Well, it's a little thinner than it was because Cam was a starter, but Daniel Johnson has stepped in. We've got Musa rotating as well. This week we've even worked Bo there a little bit, just in case, because as the season goes, that stuff happens, and you got to make sure guys are getting ready to play, and other guys might have to play a position or two.
Jeff, who would be the next offensive lineman in?
Sione.
And then after him, I mean, he's already part of the rotation.
Well, I'm sorry, Musa and Sony.
But then, I
Sione.
mean, would someone like Bazinski get in, or would Kaltenberg?
Well, then those are the ones that have played the most. If we got low at guard, Jared would be in next, and if we got low at center after Gus and Spencer, then we would be Josh Kaltenberger.
And then you talked about, I know you said Reese's game time. Monday you mentioned Brandon Callaway maybe being the next guy up, and Bryce Hampton didn't play a snap last week. I guess he's still a guy that's a viable option for you in the back end of the defense?
Yes, I think Bryce could get quite a bit more action this game, and we want to do that. I think we got tired in the secondary, and we want to make sure we get Bryce in there, and we do. We'd like to force ourselves to play at least three corners. It's just, Brandon doesn't have a ton of experience, so we just weren't quite ready to put him in a tight ball game, but we've got to, let our guys play and learn on the job, but, expect them to do well. But, we've got to just rotate that position a little bit more.
Does Jack Ansel reach that consistent level that you were searching for this year?
We didn't have good practice today, but he's done a better job in the game, and he's worked hard. He cares. He puts a lot of pressure on himself. He just needs to go out there and kick it. Game-wise, yes, he's been better, and we want him to continue to do that throughout the Big Ten season, because what's going to happen is the weather's going to get a little rough and the wind's going to pick up, and he's got to punt the football.
Like you said, I think you mentioned it Monday. I think Brian talked about it this week too. If Austin starts, the plan is still to give Michael Amos some series too, but you don't know how many that would be. It's just like a feel thing, or what?
Well, what we do is Michael will have a series ready for him in the second quarter, early in the second quarter, sometimes very late in the first quarter, depending on how the game's going. And then after that series, we'll dictate how we go from there. And that's kind of the plan we used way back when we had David Blau and Elijah Sindelar. It's the plan we used way back when we had Stefan LaForce and Brian Brohm. It's the plan that Howard Schnellenberger used way back when they had Brownie Nagel and me. You'd stick somebody in the second quarter in a meaningful time, and if they did well, they might get to play more. If they didn't, well, you've had your opportunity.
That's some old playbooks you've had to dust off.
we get a Brownie Nagel reference.
Well, it's just trying to get game action, and it does. Your backups, especially quarterbacks, need to be ready to go at any time, and it does give them meaningful reps.
You mentioned Finneran was dinged up at Monday. Any update on that?
He's gotten better. Can't remember if it was an ankle or something like that, but he's gotten better. He's practiced all week. I expect him to kick well.
Hey, for some reason he couldn't kick. Who would kick field
Well, we would have an option, which we haven't had to choose yet. You know, Freehill is normally the backup. He has been injured, so that drops us down to could it be anywhere from Chris Van Ekeren to Julio Macias to Caleb Crockover.
Good deal.
Thank you,
All
Jeff.
right.
Thanks, guys.